we will have have exam on NEDA and siguro local government code. Okay, that's the one. Yung ano muna, yung graph. So, today's result or today's average is better than the previous, which is the 9th and, 8th and 9th of June. So, today is way better. Kasi 19 and then nagsiswing siya sa 19, 20. So, it's, hindi siya passing rate, for the past 2 days. But I gave bonuses kasi, that's how it should be, especially for PRC na when you report it to sino na yan? When you report it, yung mga maling questions, then they will address it anyway. You have to report it to your proctor, okay? So median 25 to 30 points, and then okay, but there are still some who fell below passing mark, which kasi for a 30 item you need to have a score of 21. Okay, so Jen, can you pakiakyat? Hindi yan. Yung hindi, yung kung saan, I think upward. Bakit kaya na? After that graph. Sige, keep moving, keep moving. Ito. Bakit parang wala? Hmm, can you click on the response? Kasi yung I want them to see the questions that were parang mababa yung, hindi. Summary pala. Sa summary pa rin. Total score. Bakit kaya na? Hindi ko na makita yung kanjen. The question. Oo. Biglang number 1. Biglang number 1 naman. I'm not seeing anymore yung
Kaya nga,
question.
mami, nahanap ko rin. Pero kanina meron yun eh.
So, ibig
Kanina
sabihin,
lumabas yun.
hindi na siya So, ibig sabihin, hindi na siya critical. So, ibig sabihin, all the questions have been answered parang way above average. So, probably yung question on, I'll see ha, tingnan ko. Tingnan ko sa, I recorded that I think most of them, sandali lang ha. Summary, and then, frequently. Nakikita ko naman dyan. This is, 30 responses. Oo nga na nawala.
Nawala po siya.
Hindi, meron naman. Meron naman sa akin dyan.
Ikaw mag-share, ma'am.
Hindi, nawala kasi hindi na siya critical.
Okay pa.
But I think that's the question on number. Okay, can you go to question yung 29, sandali. Sandali lang ha. Mahirap maghanap. So I think you can go to 29 first. Question 29, pabaligtad tayo. So can you show them? Okay, the question is, which strategy is employed by the SUD to address urban sprawl and promote sustainable urban growth? Okay, so we have 5 choices. So how do we, there are some of you who were not able to answer it correctly. When we speak about urban sprawl, it's about spreading, right? So we're wasting some spaces in favor of, parang it's not yet mature, or parang immature development, because we're skipping. So sprawl means you are skipping development. It's opposite compact development. So letter A, okay? Can you, because urban sprawl is, when I define that, it's a significant challenge talaga in urban planning, that it's leading to inefficient land use. And then, of course, when you skip some spaces, so you increase infrastructure costs, so that's a burden to the LGUs especially, okay? And then environmental degradation would also accompany all this inefficient land use, okay? So to address these issues, this would had also their strategies, so one of which is implementing urban growth boundaries, but it's not really directly in the RA, okay? Urban growth, because the answer is, okay, let me see. Answer is implementing urban growth boundaries. So not everyone got the correct answer. Okay, it's not really, it did not explicitly mention urban growth boundaries in RA 11201, but it emphasizes sustainable urban development and efficient land use planning, so which align with the principles of urban growth boundaries. We, you need to read more on urban growth boundaries. It's a planning tool to control urban expansion. Okay, so by delineating specific areas where development is allowed, so urban growth boundaries also help prevent the spread of urban sprawl, encouraging higher density development. So that's why number one, or letter A, is not the correct answer. Okay, when you do elimination, when you remove distractors as a strategy in your board exam, so letter A, you can eliminate it right away, because encouraging low density residential development is about low density. Okay, low density development typically contributes to urban sprawl. So it's the opposite of the objective of DSUD, because you are spreading out development over large areas, so leading to increased infrastructure costs and environmental impacts. Now, letter C is also, you can also eliminate letter C, granting you don't know the answer, okay? So this is just an assumption that you are unsure of your answer. So we're doing elimination. And supporting suburban expansion, which is letter C, can also contribute to urban sprawl, suburb, because you are developing outside, so you're trying to spread development. So you are contributing to urban sprawl, as it often involves developing outlying areas, and also you are increasing reliance on cars and extending infrastructure farther from city centers. Okay, then letter D is also incorrect, because privatizing public transport does not directly address urban sprawl or promote sustainable growth. So it's more related to the management and efficiency of transportation systems rather than land use planning. So eliminate that. And then you can also eliminate right away letter E, because the regulating land use policies can lead to uncontrolled development. So exacerbating urban sprawl and undermining efforts to promote sustainable urban growth. So even if you're unsure, you can get the correct answer, which is letter C, which is letter B, implementing urban growth boundaries. It does not, it was not explicitly mentioned in RA 11201 or any section. There's no provision that explicitly states that this would, okay, that this would is responsible for this, but primarily because our RA 11201 emphasizes the need for sustainable urban development, and the law mandates DSUD to develop and implement policies that promote efficient land use and sustainable urban growth. So, okay, so I hope also the law requires DSUD to oversee land use planning and zoning regulations. They just oversee, okay? Because this statement of mine will lead to another question later. Okay, so we go to so we're clear about that question, number 29. Probably we go to number 2, Jen. Which, konti lang din ang nakakuha dito, which specific function was transferred from the HLURB to the SUD under RA 11201. So there are keywords, okay, transfer from HLURB, the former name, and then to the SUD. And there's another keyword is RA 11201. And the choices are infrastructure development. So do you think so? Infrastructure development would be a good answer. So you can eliminate that because that's another agency's mandate. And then zoning ordinance enforcement. Some of you or most of you have answered this one, but it was not really, it's not a mandate of HLURB nor DSUD. Enforcement is with the local government unit, so that's incorrect. Okay, I'll skip letter C. Economic policy development is NEDA's primary, mandate, and healthcare is DOH. So yung naiwan na lang is letter C, registration and regulation of homeowners association. For the under RA 11201, okay, so that was the law established this SUD, right? By merging HADC and HLURB. Okay, except for the adjudicatory functions of HLURB, which were transferred to the newly created Human Settlements Adjudication Commission. So what I'm trying to say is there were at least 3 to 4 transferred functions. First is, okay, the regulatory responsibilities, right? So the SUD is responsible for some of those regulatory, like overseeing formal registration of HOAs, homeowners association. Homeowners association, okay, regulation and registration of HOAs. So that was previously with HLURB, now managed by DSUD, and this transfer ensures a unified approach to the governance and oversight of residential communities. So I hope you need to get all para ma-perfect nyo, no, to get all correct answers or to ensure correct answers during the board. You really need to understand the legal context, and you need to identify also key responsibilities of the SUD. And then, of course, I wrote also at the chat box that you need to eliminate distractors. Okay? So it's not, you remove all the options that do not fall under the typical scope of the SUD's mandate, such as infra and healthcare services. So kapag kadalawa na lang yung pagpipilian ninyo in any question, then at least 50-50 yung chance ninyo. Diba? Rather than 20% lang, or yeah, if you cannot eliminate and you're not able to decide for the correct answer, so elimination would still be the most effective strategy. But of course you need a strategy to strategize, okay. What else? Ano pa yung medyo problema dyan? So, Jen, can I look at the, again?
Ano po?
Sige, number one kasi is which of the following principles is most emphasized in the housing policies? So I think 25 out of 31 got the correct answer. And there were some people who answered rapid urbanization, and apat yung environmental sustainability is most emphasized. Okay, when speaking of this suit, so it's all about housing. Environmental sustainability is with DNR. Public transportation, it's DOTR. Okay. Rapid urbanization is a cross-cutting mandate, but not really the most emphasized principle. Okay, so it should be affordable housing. So I already mentioned about specific function transferred to the SUD. And number 3, 29 out of 31 was able to answer correctly. Then number 4, 22 out of 31, but there were some people who answered NHA. But it should be Social Housing Finance Corporation. Okay. So I even checked that because I think Annalyn asked Jen for this particular, but I think Annalyn got 29 of 30, so congratulations for that. So,
Thank you,
30.
ma'am.
Yes. Number 5. So I'm happy. I hope you can be consistent. Lahat kayo, ha? And then number 5. All got correct answer. Disaster resilience. Merong nag-answer ng promotion of non-renewable resources. Green building. Okay, it's always about renewable resources. So please, yeah, remember it's asking about a positive aspect because it's green building standards. So standardizing means it should emphasize on a positive element or positive because it's a standard, isn't it? So 28 out of 31 for number 7. Some answered lack of national housing policies. Then 8, okay. I'm looking for some items here na hindi masyado. Number 12, which of the following are key responsibilities of the Social Housing Finance Corporation under the suits? Some of you here answered administering the CMP, key responsibility. So this is, okay, B and D, right? Na-answeran naman lahat. Meron, correct naman yung B, but it should be with letter D. So be careful when answering when one of the choices is a combination of answer. So pwedeng nakuha ninyo yung B, nakuha din ninyo yung D, but there's a choice there which is letter E, which is a combination of B and D. So doon kayo dapat you be careful about that. Even yung number 11, it's a combination of B and D. Correct? So even number 13 up to 19 yan eh. Up to 20 yata that I combined some answers. And probably that's the reason why in number 13, under the SUDS disaster resilience initiatives, which aspects are emphasized for housing projects. So it should be B and C. Okay. So some of you answered C only, and then B only. And then all of the above. Actually, B and C, B, C. You cannot really answer all of the above because merong choice doon na proximity to industrial zones. So it's something na hindi yan nire-require. Okay? Proximity to industrial zones. Mm, 14, 28 of the good enough. So, be careful yung mga all of the above, none of the above. Just be careful about that. So, baka kasi it will it will strip you for all of the opportunity to tap or to pass. Okay? Then 15, again, it's a combination. So, I think doon kayo nagkakamali, B and D. So, I think si Bruce kanina, I read about your message at the chat box. Secondary answer, it's also good to have a second look, third look. But anyway, yung sinasabi nila na first answer should always be the correct one. I think that's untrue because looking at it or having a second look or more could also give you benefits of getting the correct answer. So
Observation lang, ma'am.
sorry?
Observation lang, kaya ma'am, yung masabi isa lang yung sagot kasi yung sa questions mo ma'am functions, visibility hindi lang siya. Kung functions with SSL, hindi lang po isa, kaya dalawa po kagad o yung nasa thinking na rin sagot or more.
Putol-putol yung statement mo. I did not get it correctly. So, may I repeat that? Did you say,
Yung sa questions mo ma'am, yung bawa, inahanap yung functions. Functions ma'am, meaning hindi lang po isa. So,
Ah,
hindi. Kaya, ang ginawa agad, hanapin ko, hindi lang isa, dalawa na kagad or more.
okay. So, yeah, that's why I'm warning everyone to be very careful. Okay? To be very careful about that. Pwede nyong, so what's the strategy in case there are, kapag ka so ibig sabihin distractor yung mga ganon, yung mga none of the above, all of the above, but it could be, meron nga yung there was a board exam here na, all of the above, parang 10 items dire-diretso, all of the above. May ganon. So, don't rely on pattern. Okay? Pero it could also be good kapag ka, halimbawa, you only have few seconds left and then 10 yung hindi nyo na answeran and it's not even enough to allocate 10 questions left and you have 10 seconds left. It's not really, shading pa lang, it takes 1 second, more than 1 second, di ba? Tsuk, ganun, 1. Oh, you cannot shade for 1 second. And if there are 10 questions, yeah, just really be very conscious of time kasi you might really run out of time here and you need to practice. Kanina, I noticed si Camille tsaka si Sanri, wala pa yung time and they already and it's good they got 26, but you can get more, di ba? You can get more than 26 out of 30. So just use your time and be conscious of your time. So it's something like balancing it and you should be really be very good at allocating your time. And the best way is to skip some items and it's not really prohibited to write parang gawin yung scratch paper yung test questions. It's okay, but not the answer sheet. So your test question, yung markahan ninyo wag nyo nang markahan ng asterisk kasi 1, 2, 3, maraming seconds yun. Equal nyo na lang, i-check nyo na lang if it means that you're skipping that item for just 1 stroke, 1, ganun lang. Yung wrong kasi 1, 2 seconds pa yun di ba? Kumbaga, asterisk could be more time also doing it. So it's something that the most strategic is i-correct niyo muna yung test question. You're skipping because you need to answer all all easy questions first. Ihuli ninyo yung mga may computation. Okay? So number 16, 18/31. So this is which strategies are employed by the SUD? Number 16 dyan, to promote green building practices in urban development. Again, that's a combination of B and C. Because letter A, wala naman nag-answer. So you can eliminate really because subsidizing fossil fuel is a negative one. Negative. And then mandating the use of renewable energy systems. So the mere fact that we are talking about green building practice, so it means that you are considering letter B, isn't it? And then letter C, providing incentives for LEED certification. And you know, this is a system, parang ano siya, certification to be, kasi pwede rin sa, I think, so what are the benefits of being a LEED certified? If you're familiar with LEED, then you right away answer B and C. Kasi meron naman combination doon eh. Markahan ninyo yung again, you make use of your test questions, markahan ninyo. So it means that you need to have another way of doing that, or maybe pabaliktad na na correct. Paano yan? Slash. Parang not the forward slash, or pwede rin forward slash. Kasi pag forward slash parang correct siya no? Pero kapag yung opposite the forward slash, then it means that you're considering it as a choice. So you need also to practice ano yung gagamitin yung symbol during the exam. So okay, letter D is reducing building insulation requirements. That's negative, di ba? So you're left with definitely kapag meron na kayong na-eliminate, it means all of the above is also eliminated. Okay? When you are eliminating something, then that means you are eliminating the choice or the possibility that all of the above could be a choice. See, and then makukuha nyo kaagad yung B and C. Practice lang talaga. 17, 24/31, so 24, there are other people who answered letter D only. There was one who answered economic policies. So be very careful about pag economic policies and ang pinag-uusapan ay DSUD, you eliminate that. Okay? That's not it, DSUD's mandate. And then enforcing building codes and standards. It's not DSUD that enforces this, diba? The word there is enforce. So you be very careful about the keywords here. So overseeing national healthcare, so you can eliminate that. So kapag naka-eliminate ka na, then yeah, B and D, okay. So all of the above could be very distractor lang ito. Okay. 18, 24/31. So naka-answer naman lahat, but there were some people na who answered only letter B. Kulang siya ng letter D. Housing needs pag sinabing informal settlers, which initiatives are part of DSUD's efforts to address the housing needs of informal settlers. So it's there are some keywords already there because it's informal settlers, so you need to relocate. So when you see this one that it's positive, facilitating is a positive word on site and off-site relocation program. So you need to include that letter D together with letter B. And so forth and so on. Mataas naman yung ninyo dito. Performance, kalahati lang yung yung sa 21. Which of the following is a critical component? 21. Critical component of this strategy for urban development. So answer is letter B, isn't it? strategy for urban development. Expansion of industrial zones. It's not a mandate. Someone is taking care of that. PEZA. Okay. And then also TIEZA kapag tourism, tourism zones. And then the regulation of land use policies. Letter C, do you think you deregulate that for on the part of this? So it's not their strategy. So eliminate that. Encouragement of high-rise commercial buildings. It's not even a strategy being advocated by the SUD. And then privatization of public spaces. There's nothing like that, isn't it? So letter B is the correct answer. Elimination will help you greatly in this journey of your preparation for board exams. 17 again, kalahati lang talaga yung affordability. Not number 22, which measure does the SUD implement to ensure the affordability of housing? High interest, nakalagay na nga affordability, and then you cannot answer letter A, isn't it? Because it's high interest loans could mean the opposite. And then I'll skip letter B because that's the correct answer. Encouraging foreign investments in luxury property. So it's the opposite. The framework is opposite. Promoting the use of expensive. So all these expensive, luxurious, high interest, you can eliminate them. So reducing subsidies is a negative term as well. So because a subsidy could be for social housing, yeah, it's a positive term. And some of you have answered this one. So implementing rent control, because we have a rent law, isn't it? So those are real estate professionals in this group, you can answer that correctly. But of course, elimination could also help you. 29, 23, 24, mataas naman ito. 26, some have answered maximizing short-term profits. Sustainable housing is always about energy efficiency. And if you see other na may ka-combine, then you can answer that. But other concepts here are the opposite or not really aligned with that. They are all considered distractors. Which function is part of this mandate to regulate real estate developments? So some have answered building permits for commercial skyscrapers, overseeing industrial. So, okay, you can eliminate that actually when answering number 26. So, iisa lang yung agricultural, so that's very far. Then national parks is very, very DNR. Industrial is not a DSUD mandate, and then commercial is not a DSUD mandate. So you're left with letter B, and so those people are there were 6 of you who answered letter A and letter E. Okay. 31, everyone got the correct answer. And then which factor is critical in assessment of housing? So, which factor is critical? Number 28, there were 7 people who have answered letter E and letter D. So, which factor is critical in the assessment of housing affordability? Of course, A, eliminate. Number of bedrooms per unit, it's something not number of bedrooms is not aligned. Okay, and then size of the housing unit, because we are talking about assessment. Okay, assessment of housing affordability. We know but that when we are researching or when we are gathering the data on household income levels, so or especially on I'll get the question, okay? assessment of housing affordability by DSUD. And then, yeah, I think it's very obvious that it should be letter B. Okay. Because cost of construction materials could be, yeah, it could be some, but not critical. Okay, that's the one that you need also to, you need to practice more and more about spotting the term, which factor is critical. It means it's the most pressing. So, yeah, you need to be very logical, critical thinker, ganon, analytical thinker when you look at the question. Because i-spot ninyo, critical nga in the assessment isn't it? So income levels, I mean, you cannot pay mortgage when your income levels are not match with what you yeah, when you are faced with housing challenges, like you want to have your own house, or you want to rent, or you want to yeah, or you just want to stay with your parents or something. So household decision making, or housing decision making, I should say. Okay, and income levels are the most critical. Then 29 I've mentioned already, and then 30 okay, answers letter B, and some have answered deregulating construction quality control, and then some answered limiting maintenance requirements. So, but it's asking about crucial, which policy is crucial in this is approach to ensuring housing quality and safety. Okay. So I think tonight we are okay, and thank you. You did very well tonight. Tomorrow will be NEDA. If magkasya sa 30 items, pero I need a dedicated day for local government code. So tomorrow will be just about NEDA. So if you don't have the material yet, you can ask from Jen. Otherwise, that would be okay. And then you can also look at the website, because hindi naman ako mag-focus lang doon sa material, but from other sources which I mentioned, but we're not explicitly, they were not incorporated in the slides deck. Okay, thank you very much.